I remember the day my life broke into pieces. It was a warm evening, and I had just returned home from work. My phone rang, and I saw that it was my wife's elder brother. His voice shook as he spoke. He told me there had been a terrible accident on the highway. He said my wife was inside a car with 3 other people and that the car caught fire. He said no one survived. I felt the whole world spin around me. My legs became weak. I held the wall and struggled to breathe. Our son, who was only 6 years old, watched me with wide eyes, not understanding why his father was crying. Her family told me not to come to the accident site because the bodies were burnt beyond recognition. They said everything had already been arranged. I believed them. I trusted them. I spent nights crying, holding her clothes, and smelling her perfume. I told our son that his mother was in heaven and watching over him. He cried until he had no tears left. Every day I woke up hoping that it had all been a mistake, but the world remained silent. Life became heavy, yet I pushed myself to work. I wanted to give my son a good future. I refused to remarry because my heart still belonged to her. I believed she had been taken from me too soon. For 4 long years, I lived like a man carrying a stone inside his chest. Then, one morning, everything changed again. I won a contract that lifted me from struggle to comfort. I finally had money, stability, and peace. I decided to move to another country to start fresh. I wanted my son to grow without the shadows of our past. The new place was bright and calm. People minded their business, and I liked that. We settled into our new life. I worked hard, took my son to school, cooked for him, and watched him grow taller by the day. I often whispered to myself that his mother would have been proud. One Saturday, I drove to a supermarket to buy groceries. The sun was high, and the parking lot was busy. As I walked toward the entrance, I saw a thin woman sitting by the door. She held a small bowl and looked tired and hungry. Her clothes were torn, and her hair was messy. Many people walked past her without looking. Something in me told me to look again. When I did, my heart stopped. It was her. My wife. The woman I buried only in my mind. The woman whose ashes I never saw. The woman I cried for every night. She was alive, sitting on the ground, begging strangers for coins. I felt my mouth go dry. I whispered her name. She lifted her head slowly, as if she thought she had imagined it. Then she looked at me properly. Her eyes widened, and she covered her face with her hands. She shook like a leaf in the wind. She called my name in a trembling voice. People around us stared, but I did not care. She crawled closer to me and held my trousers. She cried loudly. She begged me to forgive her. She told me everything. She said her mother planned it all. They wanted her to run away with a rich man. They lied about the accident. They lied about the fire. They lied to me and kept me in the dark. She said she believed she would have a better life with the man she ran away with, but the man later abandoned her for someone else. She had no money, no family, and no place to stay. She crossed borders, hoping to find a new start. But all she found was hunger. She said she regretted everything and wished she had stayed with me and our son. Her voice broke as she talked. She held my legs and begged me not to leave her there. I looked at her for a long time. I saw the woman I once loved. I saw the mother of my child, but I also saw a stranger who had caused years of pain. She was not the woman I remembered. She was only a shadow of her former self. I shook my head slowly. My heart felt heavy but calm. I removed her hands from my legs and stepped back. I did not shout. I did not curse her. I simply walked away. I did not tell her about our son. I did not tell her that he was alive and healthy. I did not tell her that he no longer cried at night. As I walked into the supermarket, I felt no anger. I felt no bitterness. I only felt relief. Life had given her what she chose, and life had given me peace at last. I knew then that karma had finished the work I never could.